A ridiculous question, but any spare seats?
Well, Rob, only if you know somebody or if you've had some faithful member of the family sit on the grass all afternoon and save you a seat. If possible, there are more people here than there were last night. There were around about 15,000 people last night. From where we are on the top of the Australian Pavilion, all that you can see is a sea of heads, and it certainly looks like a top night. And John Farnham is turning out to be the rock and roll hit of World Expo. This morning, the perfectionist John Farnham was back on the river stage, sorting out any problems that arose last night. For those lucky enough to be on the Expo site, it was an unexpected treat. The John Farnham Expo extravaganza opened with a brilliant laser effect, and the pace never slowed. The Australian of the Year kept last night's huge crowd satisfied with his new album, Age of Reason, and songs from the LP that rebuilt his career, Whispering Jack. The prime positions for tonight's concert were taken by midday, by fans who didn't mind waiting 8 hours for their idol.
I love John Farnham.
How long have you been waiting here?
Since midday, just to make sure we had a nice spot and the kids were able to get close and have a look.
We've always seen him on TV. Some days I go to school and do maths and that.
You're not at school today, are you?
No, because I'm sick.
Are you sick today, are you?
Yeah, and I come to see John Farnham.
We were here last night and it was really good.
Well, it's certainly the feeling of a lot of people here tonight on the river stage. It looks as if it's going to be a great night. An incredibly successful Australian entertainer who spans all the age groups and is set to be one of the highlights of the first half of World Expo 88. Back to you, Christine.
Fans last night clapped, stomped and cheered their way through a medley of Australian rock by the man known simply as The Voice.
Some in the audience had waited more than 8 hours to welcome Jack back. Such is the love and respect for the reigning Australian of the Year that he could easily have sat on a stool and twiddled his thumbs for a couple of hours and most would have gone away happy. But he didn't, putting in a powerhouse performance that thrilled even himself.
Jesus, what a night! I don't think I've ever been so bloody scared in my life.
They were there to worship. He to take their bows and launch the new album, Age of Reason. Greatest applause came for familiar tracks off the 2-year-old Whispering Jack, but there was ample evidence the new material is just as classy.
In general, I was quite happy. I was very grateful that the crowd were there on our side and everything seemed to go fairly smoothly.
Tonight, more fine-tuning before another packed house, with the new album set to sell 150,000 copies by Friday.
A 100-strong Channel 7 production team is working on a telecast of the Farnham concert, which will be seen around the country at 8:30.
Literally smoothing the tracks is what the army of technicians and crew have been working on solidly for 4 days. When John Farnham takes the stage at 8 o'clock tonight, before an estimated viewing audience of 2 million people, there's no room for mistakes.
So when he comes out, just make sure.
Is that so distorting or not?
A total of 16 cameras, some hooked up to remote control, and even a flying fox device pick up the stage from every conceivable angle.
We have all sorts of very strange cameras doing good shots from above and from cranes near the stage. So it's well covered from the vision point of view, and the audio is covered, of course, both for the audience and for us.
Fans have been camping out in the glorious sunshine all day, and there's no doubt at all as to who is their man of the moment. But whether you're watching the live telecast at home or here at the River Stage, there's one thing that's nice about this concert: it's free.